What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's going on with Tesla stock in the overall market. Let me first say that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo, deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. Anyways, when it comes to Tesla, we're getting another aggressive sell-off as the whole market is coming down. What's going on with the market? We had this data that came out. Everything was very close to expectations in terms of ISM services PMI. The business activity was actually better than expected, and everything else was okay in terms of like new orders and such. But when the market ended up seeing this, the market actually popped and then ended up dropping. They used this as an excuse to kind of pop things up, grab liquidity right up at these levels before they ended up dropping things down much lower. You saw the same thing perpetuate on SPY. Looking at SPY, this thing's on a downtrend, it's continuing to sink. We actually lost our 510 support. And we just lost 508.5. So now there's a risk of this thing just continuing to sink to 507.5, followed by lower levels. And the whole market's coming down. Tesla's also following the trend. There was also bad news for Tesla that came out about the Gigafactory getting halted because of this crazy arson that ended up happening, possibly. That's very, very important. We saw this big fire very, very close to the Gigafactory, so that they had to halt production. That was some bad news. I'm seeing some news coming out about how Jeff Bezos is now surpassing Elon Musk as the world's richest person. Well, this is happening because Tesla stock has been falling quite a bit, and much of Musk's net worth is in Tesla. That's making like all these headlines. I saw this like all over the place. I just wanted to note that I don't really like mind who's the richest. I mean, it just, both of them are very wealthy, so it is what it is. And then there's also a lot of talk right here. Will a Q1 delivery miss add to Tesla stock's woes because the Chinese registrations have fallen? So this news is continuing to circulate. This news that Tesla's deliveries are falling in China, this and that, and the list goes on. We did see a slight increase, however, from the very end of February, close to the first week of March. There's a slight little increase, but besides that, it's not making as many headlines. The media is just screaming Tesla had a bad February, this and that. Will Q1 be affected? And the list goes on. So, with that being said, if you look at Tesla, it's trying to hold 178. We called out this support. If we lose this, there's going to be a risk of it coming all the way back down towards 175. Watch resistance at 180 basically, and 182. Overall, Tesla's looking very, very weak, but I don't expect it to fall as aggressively as what we saw yesterday because we already gapped down quite a bit. So watch 178. We'll see if this holds. We're still quite bearish looking. Tesla could still break even lower, especially thanks to SPY and to the others. So be careful and see how Tesla reacts to 178. If we lose this, a much bigger drop is coming, and there's a risk of Tesla actually coming down. So I don't think Tesla's going to just crash extremely hard. It's just slowly downtrending at this point. We're seeing some buyers trying to defend 178, but overall it's still very, very weak and it could continue to lose that. As for SPY, okay, I want to call out SPY right over here. SPY, in my opinion, is in another critical state. The thing that's going on with SPY is this has been sinking very, very hard. We're currently at about 508 right now, but we're still on a big downtrend. It still took a big hit, and there is a risk of it getting very close to the support. It came very close to 507.5. We're seeing some buyers trying to defend close to 508, but it's still sinking, and there's still a risk of more downside as the trend is changing. Looking at the current technicals, it's looking more bearish, so please be very, very careful on SPY. On the QQQ, it's the same thing essentially. This is important because as the QQQ is essentially falling, there is a risk of this coming down lower. We're currently at 436. If we lose this, 434 is coming next. For resistance, watch 438. Overall, QQQ is just shuffling at 136, but it's looking relatively weak. What else is dragging this down is Nvidia. Nvidia, in my opinion, is looking pretty weak as well because we had this high up here. We established a lower high. You guys can see how this trend is changed. So we have this high, lower highs being established. We're going to be watching our support at 832 essentially. That's going to be our key support on Nvidia. If we lose 832, we have a gap to fill right over here at 825, 825 to 826. And then if we lose that, there's this imbalance that could drag it down right over here towards 8, all the way down to 812 if we end up losing 825. So Nvidia is looking kind of bearish to me. It's been sinking down quite a bit, starting a little downtrend. This is contributing to the QQQ and the market selling off alongside Aapl. Apple's looking pretty weak too. Apple's currently barely at 170, kind of shuffling around that 170 area. If we lose this, there's minor support at 169, stronger support at 168. Watch resistance at 171 and 172.5. Overall, Apple is looking pretty weak on a very, very big downtrend. This is slowing things down. So that being said, guys, SPY is continuing to sink. Tesla is getting dragged down too. We're seeing some buyers trying to defend 178 on Tesla, but like I said, it's not that strong. It's still very, very weak, so be careful on it, especially if SPY and the others continue to sink. So there's a risk of more downside, guys. Be very, very careful with Tesla. We're down over 4% for the day already. And just know that even if buyers do try to defend us at 178, that does not mean that Tesla's in the clear just yet. Please be very, very careful. All right, I'll be back with another update very, very soon. Thank you all so much for listening. Have a great day and peace out.